All right. Thank you, Jen. Great to have you on today. I was looking at your bio and you had there's a line in there about kind of staring at the clock and feeling like you were in a role that was not serving your health. So what was happening at that time?
Well, I've had a long career in the environmental sector. So I chose a career that was mission based. I thought if I align with, these organizations that are really, fighting climate change and um, trying to find better ways of using energy and creating energy, then I would wake up, sort of driven each day. Didn't matter what I was doing. Turns out it matters what I was doing.
Hmm.
Yeah, after 15 years doing this work and in various ways, I found myself just not engaged, regardless of how important I found and aligned I was with the mission of the organization itself. There was still something missing. So I was watching the clock. I was just doing work that I felt very underemployed at the time. It was an experience of just,
What do you mean by underemployed?
yeah, so underemployed is a very subjective term.
Hmm.
It really, for me, meant I wasn't working at my full potential or even
Hmm.
close with
Hmm.
any hope for that happening in sight. So it was just sort of kind of caught in a loop of doing tasks that didn't have much meaning connected to them.
Mm.
And the compensation and all of the, sort of the things that come along with that as well were not there.
Mm. Interesting. And I'm curious to hear more about this because what I heard you say at the beginning is you went into this with the intention of it being mission driven. So I would think that that's a great place to start and that would be fulfilling in itself. So is there something that you learned around that? I don't know, is that something that you felt at one point and did that change and what was that like?
Yeah, I think initially the way that I got into it is kind of funny. It was when I was very young. I was canvassing for Greenpeace, running
Hmm.
around, sort of saying trying to convert people to to the cause, and I connected with the passion at a very young age, and then decided to pursue the career from that place. So it was very much I was very connected, and I really wanted to do the work that I felt was most important in the world.
Hmm.
Um, so does that answer your question?
Yeah, and then where at which point did you feel like you still cared about the mission, but like your skills weren't being fully utilized? And is that where the kind of the pain crept in?
Oh yeah, yeah. So over time, this is very early, right? So it's very when I first chose my career path, I was choosing it from like a very heart based place, and
Mm.
then as the practical day to day stuff came in, I realized, as many people realize, I think, this isn't working anymore.
Mm.
It was fun for a while, it's sort of learning and growing and skill building, and all of that was happening at a very quick pace until it wasn't. And at the point where it wasn't anymore, that's where I lost motivation. I sort of lost that passion for, pouring myself into my work.
Mm. And what was the first thing you did when you felt that? Or
Mm,
like
yeah.
how did you get out of that?
Well, like a lot of my clients, there was a point where I realized, okay, there was actually an exit interview with one of my organizations where I was, kind of reviewing my experience, and I realized my focus was all on the organization and the functioning of the organization and the wellness of the organization and the experience of the employees. And I was like, I think I might be shifting my interest. I think I might have. I think human resources might be more my thing, or at least workplace wellness. And so when I started to realize that what I was focusing on in my day to day was where I was most interested in kind of pursuing um, more work, or kind of deepening my skill set, or for me, it meant doing an HR diploma. It meant starting a business. It meant leaving the fields, working in different areas. So
Mhm.
really, it meant taking a lot of risks. It meant going back to school. It meant changing everything, and it took quite some time for me to sort of sort out how it all works together, which is where I feel I've
Mm.
landed now.
And I'm curious, do you feel like you've kind of found it,
Mm,
or is it still evolving,
I
or
do.
like you feel so as you're like in alignment?
Yeah, yeah,
Cool. And
yeah.
what was that? Was that a gradual thing, or was it one day where it really felt like it clicked? And what
It's a
did
bit of a eureka thing. Yeah,
yeah.
it is. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still refining and specializing in
Hmm.
both the areas of career and health, and learning how those two things come together, not just in workplace wellness, but within an individual, like on an individual level.
Hmm.
So it's still kind of, it evolves. However, my the way that I work has changed. My approach to work has changed. The sustainability of my day-to-day routines and habits, and the way that I talk about work, the way that I experience work has changed. So it gives me energy now.
Oh, great. I think that's huge.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think that there's a
height.
misconception that yeah, it can be energy giving. And I'm curious to know, for someone who's maybe can relate to more of your earlier stage, what are some things that you would recommend that people think about, or steps to take that, looking back, have really helped you and your clients?
Yeah. So what I'm really interested in for my clients, especially, is getting to a place where work is, it's not necessarily the cliche of work doesn't feel like work, or you never work a day in your life, because we all have our ups and downs, and it's
Hmm.
kind of the net balance of all of
Hmm.
it. So really, it's about um, doing. It's about the mindset and the approach that you take to it, that is honoring who you are, and that's that's a process. That's a
Right.
process of discovery, and that's a process that needs to be adjusted over time. So a lot of times, the best example is somebody who has a child and goes on mat leave, and then comes back and realizes nothing's the same. Values have shifted. Schedules have shifted. Energy capacity has shifted. Everything's different. So a lot of people have these major events in their lives that help them to realize, wait a second, this isn't, what I'm doing isn't working,
Mm.
and there are many, many better ways to do this. So that's generally what I do, is I help people to arrange things, to see things, and to create things that amount to fulfilling work.
Yes. Amazing. And what
Hmm.
would you say is the thing that you most need help with right now?
Ooh, what do I need help with? Um, I think right now, that's a good one. That's a good one to reflect on a daily basis.
Hmm.
What I need now, I think most, is just to connect,
Mm.
is just individual connections, because I've been having some really great, unexpected experiences, just chatting with people who I don't quite know how we can help each other, but I'm open to it, and then we always discover something. So yeah, I think
Cool.
just one-to-one connections just
Cool.
are great. Yeah.
Amazing. And where can people connect with you online, or how can they get in touch?
Yeah. So I just say send an email to me directly, Jenn at upspringwellness.ca. And yeah, so through my website's a bit trickier, so just directly through email. Yeah, I'm happy to connect with anyone who is either experiencing a a need for a change in their life, whether health or career, or the combination of both, or someone who's just looking to kind of connect with a fellow, um, you know I don't know, whether it's health or personal growth junkie.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I identify as.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this has been incredible. Thank you so much. Great to connect with you. And
Yes.
Be in touch. Thanks for being on today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.